Brandon Collins, and I'm a mustard expert.
There's no such thing.
This smells like mustard.
Fuck, this cunt's the real deal.
If a girl asks you out, like, she's paying.
Oh.
Let's unpack that.
Well, we're all about gender equality, right?
Okay, well, what's your favorite piece of feminist literature?
What the hell does this have to do with anything?
I've got an answer for that.
Okay, go. Ask him what his favorite jazz
I'm a
player
big
is.
fan of Angela Carter.
Gotcha, bitch!
She wrote a really good feminist rework of a lot of fairy tales.
Okay.
Rewriting the fairy tales and like a feminist approach, I guess, but
Cool.
learned about that in English class.
I think we all owe Mitch an apology.
Angela
He just
Carter.
said that he knows a feminist literature
Yeah,
person.
I will give him that, actually.
Oh, really?
This is a pretty fucking wild take. Like, the irony of using feminism to try and defend traditional values and not even realizing it. They're acting as if it's some sort of fucking gotcha moment here. The idea is that you have to prove you're a staunch feminist, otherwise she shouldn't have to pay for her own meal, right? But I guess that's the better way he could have shut her up instead of playing her game, is just say, why the fuck do I need to prove I'm a feminist for you to accept equality in all its forms? Isn't that what you want? Right? Like, you can't just pick and choose benefits without responsibilities. In order for equality to be equal, you got to cancel out both sides of the equation. That's the way it works. You got to take the negative with the positive. Otherwise, by definition, it's not equality. So, suck it up. If you ask the man out, pay for his fucking shrimp. If that's what he wants. You know, a lot of men won't let you. But if you're not willing to do it, then you should probably shut the fuck up about feminism and equality altogether.
Men used to go to war. Women used to go to the highest bidder and to jail for talking. Why are we romanticizing the past right now? Like, what are you doing? That's not funny. Okay, neither is me getting turned into Swiss cheese at Normandy Beach. And by the way, when all the men agreed that it was their collective responsibility to protect the women like property, they also thought the women were property. Either we owe each other nothing because we're fundamentally equal, or I owe you my life in battle, and you're gonna not post thirst traps on Instagram, you're not gonna talk back to me, or you're getting a lobotomy. And that's what they did. No guys were going out there fighting Genghis Khan and coming back and being like, you want a no-fault divorce? That's fine.
What the fuck are you doing?
You're imagining women can also imagine. I don't think they dream.
It's different.
They don't dream. They wake up and lie about dreams. Every woman's dream journal is just her making up stories.
I don't think they sleep.
It's true, I read it in Teen People.
And this is literally all we want. A little body, facial hair, a little muscle, and a little fat. It's that simple. And it's literally a picture of fucking Superman. And I love how she phrases it too, like, this is all we want. The standards aren't even that high. And then it's just literally Henry Cavill. Like, I don't even have to say anything. Like, what? Gentlemen, if you want to get a woman, it's so simple. This is all they want. It's like just the bare minimum.
You see? Reasonable. Very reasonable people.
Bed bod or what? Dad bod. Okay.
This is bullshit.
Yeah. Bodybuilder. Dad bod. I like dad bod. Left. Dad bod. Bed bod? I think dad bod, yeah. Okay. Dad bod. Bed bod? Dad bod. Dad bod.
Fuck all of y'all, okay?
So first of all, the guy on the left is Ryan Phillippe. He's a famous actor, because go figure. And second of all, I don't know if you noticed, but he's extremely fit in this photo. You can see definition throughout. The lower pecs, all the abs, obliques, vascularity in the arms, definition in the shoulder. And on top of that, he's got white skin and he's out in the sun, and you can still see the definition. If he had proper lighting like the guy on the right, he'd be fitness influencer level fit here. Like, that's the level of delusion they have around this shit. So don't believe a word they say about the whole dad bod thing. Your definition of dad bod, the real definition of dad bod, is very different from their definition of dad bod. They just say that shit to make it seem like they're better people than they are. Right? The truth is, the vast majority of them want that guy who's strong and fit and healthy and capable of protecting and providing. And the way you take care of your body and present yourself to the world demonstrates that in a lot of ways. And they see it visually, right? Now, that doesn't mean you need to be perfect. Doesn't mean you need to go and lose every ounce of fat that you have, but you should probably look the part at least, right? So you go to the gym, put some muscle mass on, get the right proportions so that you can lift the heavy thing when they need you to. It's really not rocket science. Be a healthy, capable, adult human man. Take care of yourself, take care of your body, get some exercise, and eat some fucking healthy food.
That sexy thing I see over there, that's me.
I didn't even laugh. I didn't even cry. Like, oh my God, yo.
It's my anxiety.
I feel like a lightning bolt hit the tip of my beat.
All right, boys, I can't believe I'm adding this one to the list, but horse girl red flags. If she has more than 2 tongues and fangs, she's probably poisonous. Look out.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I slept with my father-in-law so he could buy me a new car.
Done.
How many companies are taking advantage of and observing Pride Month this year?
Good question. Very good question. Intelligent.
Okay. Apple. Nope. Google? No change. IBM? No change. Microsoft? No change. Xbox? No change. Disney? No change. Target? No change. Starbucks? Even Starbucks roached out on the gays? Of all the people that roach out on the gays, you're gonna expect Starbucks to do it? Damn! Bank of America? No change. What about Blizzard? No change. What about World of Warcraft? Also no change. Overwatch didn't make any posts about Pride. Bethesda? Yeah, let me see here. Wow, they didn't even post anything about it. Check LinkedIn. Okay. It looks like LinkedIn is not making any post about this at all. How about Bungie? Okay. Bungie, also no change. Pepsi? Okay, Pepsi, no change. Ubisoft? Good one. So there's not a single one of these things. Not a single one has changed anything. Okay, let's look at Mercedes-Benz. No change again. Jaguar? Still no change. Wow. Riot? No change. Oh, man. Google's homepage? Let me see. Nothing. Actually nothing. Even the Google homepage. Is it just over?
That's shocking.
Just a subtle reminder that it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, fellas.
If a random guy attacks you and it's life or death, you strike him where he's sensitive. His dad, his crypto phase, the girl who called him bro, his podcast with 4 listeners, his body fat percentage, his bar idea called Poor Decisions, his call—
That hurt me so much I lost my breath a little.
Bruh, I am so fucking tired of this Men's Mental Health Month rhetoric. Men, loneliness, and epidemic. Shut the fuck up and go see a therapist or just start kissing each other. Cause what the fuck?
I don't care. I don't care. Okay. I really don't give a fuck.
It's posts like that make me glad that my mother does not use TikTok, because then she would be reminded that her brothers took their own lives.
I'd rather carry the weight of your tears on my shoulders than carry the weight of your casket, bro. Happy Men's Mental Health Month, my guy.
What is difficult about being a man in today's world?
What isn't difficult? Modern men are being made to pay for the sins of a patriarchy that they are no longer the part of. Perfect example of this. There was an article that came out from Robin Dunbar. Studies show that men need 2 guys' nights per week in order to maintain good mental health. The comments were so disgusting from bitter, shallow thinking, mostly women saying, tell me you're a man-child without telling me you're a man-child. This is why women don't want to have your babies. Poor whining patriarchy saying that they can't go out for beers with the boys. The number of men in 1990 that said they had a close friend to call on was didn't have a close friend to call on in an emergency was 3%. In 2020, it was 15%. Wow. So it's 5x'd in that time. The most common answer to the question, how many close friends do you have, is 0. It's not the average, but it's the most common. More people have no friends to call than any other number. The single biggest risk to a man under the age of 30 is his own hands. Male loneliness is a big problem, and when a study comes out that says this is a way that we can fix male loneliness, it gets disparaged as part of a luxurious chattering class that all men have. If women have a problem, we say, what can we do to fix the world? If men have a problem, we say, what is it that men aren't doing where they don't fix themselves?
The fact that we've always sent men off to war since the beginning of time, and the fact that men are the expendable gender, still frames the way we talk about men and men's issues to this day. And if you don't believe that, just scroll back in the video a bit and listen to how dismissive those women are of men's mental health. And look, we all know that it's Men's Mental Health Month by now. We've heard the stats by now. So I will say that whatever you're going through, You know, I may not know exactly what you're going through. I may not have been through the exact same thing, but you are not alone, man. I have been through my share. I know what it's like to feel pain so fucking deep that you want to reach in your chest and tear everything out, but it's too fucking deep to reach. It's this open wound with a black hole inside that feels like it's never going to heal. I know what it's like to feel trapped in a life you don't want, and that overwhelming helplessness of being able to see your life 30 years down the road in this dead-end job that you fucking hate, and know that there's no escape, and how discouraging it just feels like it's never going to change. Like this is everything. It's always going to be like this. Like I know what all that feels like, man. And all I can tell you is that it's not forever, man. It is not forever. And I'm going to give you the advice that my mom gave me when I asked her, how the fuck did you do it? Because, you know, she went through a lot when I was young. And she told me, you know, the simplest advice ever. She told me, it's like, you just have to find a way to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And it may seem simple, but it is the only advice. It's just to get up every morning, to keep breathing, and find any way, any reason to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and understand that what you are feeling right now, whether good or bad, is not forever. Now, we had Dry Creek Wrangler on this channel, one of my videos, talking about one of my videos recently, talking about how you shouldn't focus on the mountaintop, right? You know, if you fix your eye on the destination constantly, you're going to live disappointed every day you don't reach that destination. So you're better off focusing on what you need to do today. Focus on one thing today, one step today. Take intentional action today. Celebrate your small victories. Bring positivity in your life where you can. And I promise you, you will get through it. Things will change. One shiny morning, you're going to look up and you're going to look around and you're like, how the fuck did I make it this far? It was like just yesterday where it felt like there was no fucking escape. Like everything was crashing down. And now all of a sudden that seems like a distant past. And you have this new perspective, and you're better and you're stronger for having stuck it out, for having seen it through. So you find a way to see it through. You stay in the fight. You find something to put yourself into, your heart, your mind. Find a purpose that gives you direction, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's the best advice I can give you, and know that it's not forever. And I also want to say, take some time this month, reach out to your buddies, check in on everyone, see how they're doing, check in on yourself. And if you're the type to go solo, that's cool. But just don't become a hermit. Get out there, be sociable, interact with real people, get a hobby. Like I said before, find something you put yourself into, find a purpose, give yourself direction. All right? Take care of yourselves, gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one.
Isn't it interesting, man, that there's some reason when you're feeling like nobody cares, and you get a message or a call or a gesture from somebody, and it just surprises you, man. It just takes you by a total other direction. Yeah, man, those hitting the feelings, they hit hard in the feelings, don't they? Saying, hey, you know, I see you, you know. I see you taking care of yourself. And I'm proud of you. You know, I see you. It's powerful, man. It's powerful when somebody does that for you. I'm not going to give you any suggestions. I'm not going to give you any. I'm just going to be here for you if you need me. And it was powerful, man.
Would you say to someone who's going through a string of bad days, or bad weeks, or bad months?
Say it's okay. You're not alone. I know. You're not alone. Stick in what you're doing right now. And in those hard times, believing they're going to lead to good times, it just creates a lot less friction in your life, you know? And I think whenever we're going through a hard time, we just want it to end. But it's those moments that allow us to appreciate the good ones.